I just kept getting dub after dub, and now Hurricane Hanna is out here to cancel me. Hey, what's going on? It's Skyward Shield. Welcome to a new video. It's a bit of an update, but also more so talking about game announcements that came out that I want to talk about for a bit. I was working on a Yakuza video, um, but that's gonna have to change because I have to re-record it and do it all over, and I do not think I have the time for that because while the sun may be out right now, that's gonna change in about, I want to say, 16 hours or so. Nah, probably 12 hours really. But I'll get to that. I'll get to that last. Actually, no, I'll get to that first. So basically, I'm gonna be uploading a couple of videos that I have still, along with this one, um, because of Hurricane Hanna. It's now a hurricane. It's been confirmed. I'm not surprised. I expected it to, considering how slow it was moving. First, they said it was going to arrive as a weak tropical storm, and then it'd be like a stronger tropical storm, and now it's a hurricane. It's going to be a hurricane one. It's not officially one yet, but the projections are all agreeing that it's going to be one before landfall. So a weak hurricane one, but that's still pretty dangerous. It's going to hit just south of me. It needed to go farther north for me to get like the least of the damage, but because it's going to be just below me, I'm going to probably get the brunt of it. Unlike Harvey, which I did get a lot of winds and some rain that damaged my home. The thing was, it moved north of me far enough to where it didn't last too long. But I don't know about this case. It's going to be going further south as it goes in further inland, but yeah. Just want to make that clear now. So now let's get to the video to the parts I want to talk about. So there was a Nintendo Direct Mini that Nintendo fans were in absolute shambles over because for some reason, even though it said it was a partner showcase for games already announced, somehow these guys thought it was going to be about Mario, Zelda, Metroid, Kirby, Pokemon, Persona, which that's another group that was in shambles, the Persona 5 fan base, which, look, if you still want Persona 5 Scramble, I think that's a valid thing, because I'm kind of shocked it hasn't been announced yet, but I think it's because they don't want to put too many Persona 5 games out there now, because, well, you see what happened with the dancing game sales, because 3 and 5s were completely inferior to Persona 4s, and people let the sales number show that, but also they still want Royal to be the big thing that's trending still for a little longer, and then next year can be just dedicated to hyping up Scramble, but who knows. Anyway, what they did announce was two games that I'm very excited for. First is a confirmed remaster of Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne. It's the Maniacs edition, so no Dante. We're getting Raito instead. Well, it does suck. I really wanted Dante, but I'll be fine with this. It's not a deal breaker for me. There's some people who are disappointed, but generally it's just more of a like, it's unfortunate, than, I'm not buying this game anymore. Because, this is the perfect excuse to jump in. There's going to be an easy mode added in, which I'm just not in the mood to make fun of people for that shit, because I don't blame them. I just want more people to play Mega 10 games, and this is just further adding into the excuse of, or going against the excuse of, I don't want to play it, it's too hard. They say, it's like the Fire Emblem fan base who cries about, I don't want to play old Fire Emblem hard, permadeath scares me, they say as they play Fire Emblem Awakening on Lunatic Plus, because that difficulty's fine, even though it's not difficulty by game design, it's just difficult by giving units skills they should never have access to at level 1, and giving them stats so high, you're praying to the gods to get a good turn from Frederick and Crom. Yeah, I don't know about that one, Chief. Anyway, so, either way, that's honestly really good, and the best part, while they aren't adding any new content, technically, they really couldn't anyway, this game's just way too old, they are adding a English and Japanese dub, which is very good. I didn't ask for that. I wanted it. I've always wanted it, but I didn't think they would do it. But now that they are, I'm very excited for this. And it really looks like they're taking this dubbing seriously because, well, this is an important game in the Mega 10 franchise. But anyway, the next thing is Shin Megami Tensei 5. You see what happens with you see what happened with that one is we finally got a trailer after 3 years. It was never dead. People thought the game was dead. It never was. Look, there's three studios within Atlas, or three big groups specifically. One that works on the Etrian Odyssey games, another one that works on the Persona games, and then the last one, which is the biggest one, is the ones who work on the Mega 10 games, both spin-offs and main franchise alike. So it's good to have a trailer. There's still no gameplay, which I'm still bothered by that. I wanted some gameplay, but I'm just glad this was just. I think this was more of a trailer just to say, hey, this is still a thing. It's not dead. But it looks like they must be pretty far into development, considering they dropped a year when this will come out. Because Nocturne's coming out spring 2021. But for everyone else, for this game, I mean, it's going to come out for everybody at the same time. It's going to have a worldwide release in 2021. This could be delayed to 2022, which I expect because of both COVID and, well, big games like this tend to get, they never seem to go with the first date. But either way, I'm excited. The worldwide release is great because you don't need to worry about getting spoiled about some stuff. Everyone can die together. Isn't that just great? But anyway, let's move on to the other big news. The other big news is, well, Sega itself decided to drop a trailer the day after for a different game, Yakuza Like a Dragon, aka Yakuza 7. They have confirmed it will have an English dub. While they have one big guest star, because you see, the Yakuza franchise, with the Japanese dubs, they've always had celebrity actors play some of the villains, typically. For example, the three big villains in Yakuza 0, the lieutenants to Patriarch Dojima, they're all played by actors who have previously starred in Yakuza action films. In fact, one of them, the one who plays Awano, I believe, when he got the call saying that they wanted him to play a character in the Yakuza game, he said to the guy on the phone, "It's about damn time." So even these guys know how big of a franchise it is, not just as a game, but as a kind of like a experience. It's almost a cinematic experience at times when the cutscenes get real heavy. But yeah, anyway. So this, while I was planning to make a video about why I've been addicted to this game, this franchise, and it's becoming very important to me, very fast, I should say. Yeah, they dropped this trailer. It's gonna have an English dub. The main character, Ichiban, is gonna be played by Keiji Tang. You may know him as a Wayne in Fire Emblem Awakening and Odin, Fire Emblem Fates. The same person and stuff. You may also know him as EY in Persona 5. I don't know who plays Adachi, but I can tell you he's not anything like the other Adachi we all know. Yunamba's played by Greg Chun. Greg Chun, as you may know, actually starred in Judgment. He played the main character, Detective Yagami. That's a spin-off game. That's a spin-off of Yakuza. And, well, that was the first game to get a dub since the original game. So it was a spin-off, so I guess they took it as a safe spot, because it's very unlikely the Yakuza main characters are going to have a chance to interact with Judgment's cast. That's what they made it clear of when the game was being developed, that they didn't want to make them interact at all. But yeah, either way, it's exciting that they decided to continue the dubbing process, considering Judgment's dub was perceived so well by both critics and some fans alike. But now, Greg Chun, you may also know him as Ike in Fire Emblem Heroes and Smash Ultimate. He's the current new voice of Ike. Current and whatever. Anyway, the last character that they announced among the playable cast is Elizabeth Maxwell playing Saiko, which honestly that interests me a lot. You may know Elizabeth playing Sai Nijima in Persona 5, but I'm interested in Saiko because she plays that's the first playable party member or character in a Yakuza game that actually fights. Technically, Haruko is playable in 5, but she's a dancer. She doesn't actually beat up people, unless you hack the game. But yeah. So now this is interesting to me because normally they never wanted to put females that could fight or you can fight against, because, well, I think you could see why that could be a problem. But yeah, considering the way that this game is an RPG, it shouldn't be a problem. At least I hope. Anyway, and then there's the guest star, the guest actor, the big one. George Takei will be playing Ichiban's father figure, which there's actually an interview out there on USA Today talking about how he really got immersed with the character and he's in love with the Yakuza franchise, even though he's never played a game and probably never will. You can go check it out. It's a good read, actually. But anyway, the other things to know, according to the guy in charge of the dubbing process, he has confirmed that there is going, just like Judgment, there's going to be both English and Japanese audio, so dual audio. Also, the subtitles will be different depending on which language you have. So the Japanese subtitles are going to be different from the English audio's subtitles. Also, there's going to be multi-language, just like Persona 5 Royal. So I don't remember what languages you have, what you're going to have as your options, but I'm thinking it's German, Italian, and Spanish. I could be wrong. You have to check the guy's Twitter account for more details. But there are articles that cite this too, so go ahead and look those up. And the main theme, Ichibanka, it's apparently a very popular song among the fans in Japan. It's confirmed to not be changed in any way. It's going to be there, just like Judgment's opening theme was. But honestly, this is just so exciting that they're dubbing it. And there are some naysayers already. I did not think... I think they didn't say anything because Judgment was a spin-off game. But because Yakuza 7 is a main series game, there are some elitists out there who are already crying about this dub. And, well, I'm just gonna tell you right now, please don't be like that. I'm gonna read to you. Like, one guy on Twitter was saying, still wondering exactly who was out there playing Yakuza and feeling like the Japanese voice track is somehow detrimental to their experience. Whereas I say having both options is nice. It's not like the Japanese dub is gone, so just stick to that. I don't think anyone is thinking that the fantastic Japanese audio is such a detriment. Nor have I seen anyone say that. And again, to be clear, I really, really, really love the Japanese audio. Like, the actors do such a fantastic job that's just on movie quality of acting. And you can really tell when you get to some of the more heavier scenes in the franchise. But either way, just don't be like that. I'm not surprised if there's elitism, because this happens. This just seems to be a universal rule with just anime. This was a rule in anime in general, but Yakuza, technically it's not anime-like at all, unless it's trying to be funny. But, you know, it's Japanese, so it's gonna still have some treatment equivalent to some animes. And yeah, just like the anime community, there's a sub-elitist, even though English is the language they fucking speak. Yeah, people are gonna cry about it. Just don't be like that. I'm personally excited because having both options is nice. It's just... I'm glad to have both, and it's more reason to replay the game. Seeing what's changed and seeing how the lines are delivered in each language to compare and contrast is one of the more fun things for me. But, you know, this is coming from a guy who loves English voice acting and the process of all that stuff. But anyway, I should cut it off here soon. So, you know, in conclusion, I'm hyped for all these games. Definitely picking them up as soon as I can, preferably day one. And yeah, looking forward to that. What do you guys think, though? Are you guys interested in any of the games? I should tell you, getting Yakuza 0 is going to be... getting games like Yakuza 0 or Yakuza Kiwami are pretty easy to download. You can get them on Steam. I think 0 is like $10 on Steam. It goes on sale pretty frequently, so, you know, summer sale, or Sega just doing a sale on their own, or the winter sale, you'll find it there. Also, PlayStation Network, from what I hear, goes on sale more frequently than Steam. Although the pricing is going to be different, just, you know, whichever version's best for you. For Yakuza 0, I actually double dipped. I bought the console version so I can record that for a later playthrough, because that's what I was going to announce with my Yakuza, my Why I'm Addicted to Yakuza video, that I was going to do a playthrough of that once I finished Thousand Year Door and or Persona 5. It's going to beat Thousand Year Door, make more progress into Persona 5, and, like, let's say when I'm towards the end of the game, like, let's say after I get Haru, I'll start Yakuza 0, so that way I can just, you know, have that be the side project until Persona 5's done. But yeah, anyway, go ahead and get those games. They're very fun. You'll understand when you play them. They're just a fantastic series, and there's something for you to enjoy in all of them. But anyway, that'll do. Hopefully I'll survive Hurricane Hanna. I should, but, you know, because, I mean, I survived Harvey, but who knows. Just hoping no tornadoes or anything bad drops, but, you know, gotta stay safe. Anyway, at least this will keep people staying inside, so nobody can get the virus. But anyway, yeah, I'm getting far off track again. So anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Let me know what you think about all these announcements in the comments below, and I'll see you guys next time.